Part 114. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1131. The Nine Eyes Heaven realm is still falling. The entire gap in the sky seems to have no end. It has been falling for so long and there is still no end in sight. I looked up and found that it was also dark directly above. I looked around and realized it was time to enter the sky coffin. I took a deep breath and released the purple energy in my body. Lilac mist floated out from around me and instantly enveloped the entire Nine Eyes Heaven. The key to unlocking the sky coffin and the real world is the Ziwei Qi in my body. However, only those with Ziwei destiny can enter. Others are not qualified. This is why Su Tianqian waits for me outside every time. As for these demonic dragons, it was because the seal of the sky coffin was loose and they escaped from it. The entire Nine Eyes Heaven territory began to rotate rapidly, as if falling into a whirlpool. Zhao Mian's voice rang in my ears. This time, I will not show mercy. If you cannot escape death in the end, then I hope you can die in my hands. Also, I will release all the demonic dragons in the sky. This is also part of my plan. Of course, if I fail, this is also part of my plan. Zhao Mian's voice gradually faded away, and finally disappeared completely. A feeling of dizziness filled my heart, and my eyes went dark. I don't know how long this feeling lasted. Suddenly, I felt empty and fell heavily to the ground. I struggled to get up and started to vomit. I vomited for about 3 minutes and almost vomited out all the bile. I wiped the corners of my mouth and looked around. I am on a huge island, surrounded by endless sea water. In the sky, a bright moon hangs high in the night sky, and the cold moonlight pours down, reflecting the silvery white of the entire sea surface. The sea surface is like a huge mirror, sparkling and beautiful. I turned to look at the island. A variety of vegetation grows on the island. These vegetations, I have never seen them before. They feel like plants from the Jurassic period. They are not only huge, but also very lush. There is a big tree not far from me. The uncle is as tall as 20 stories high. The huge leaves are like a roof. Is this where the demon dragon lives? I must find Zhao Mian now and let him belong to my life palace. Note that this is not about Zhao Mian being assigned to my life palace, because at this moment, Zhao Mian is controlling Zhang Yucheng's soul, and he also has Zhenu's Yinglong body. Zhang Yu's longevity and return to the palace is also a good thing for me, because my strength can be greatly increased. After adjusting my mentality, I walked towards the depths of the island. Walking on the island, I felt extremely small, because the surrounding trees and vegetation were simply too big. This feeling is like ants under human feet. This island is so big, where should I go to find Zhao Mian? Also, since I came here, I haven't seen a demonic dragon. Is it possible that all those demon dragons have broken through the sky coffin and gone to the sky seam? As I was walking, I suddenly stopped because a huge skeleton appeared directly in front of me. I quickened my pace and came to the skeleton. When I took a closer look, my pupils trembled slightly. This turned out to be a dragon bone. Because I had seen the dragon bone before, I recognized it immediately. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1132. I looked around. This sight didn't matter. I was stunned again. Not only are there dragon bones in front of me, but they are also found elsewhere. The bones of these dragons are so huge that just one rib can be as long as a large truck. This is not only the place where demonic dragons live, but also their cemetery. At this moment, a strong wind blew in the sky. I looked up and saw a huge black dragon flying in the sky. The dragon is bigger than an airplane. In front of such a huge existence, I look extremely small. It's small, but it also has an advantage, that is, it can't find me. The giant dragon flew away, followed immediately by the second, Third. Countless demonic dragons flew over my head. I looked in the direction they were flying and found that their goals were the same. Seeing this, I hesitated and chose to chase him. Perhaps, I can find the existence of Zhao Mian through these demonic dragons. Zhang Yuqiang's body is a candle with 9 yin. With Zhu Juyan's identity and status, he is a Dragon King level existence here. Although Zhang Yuqiang's body was destroyed by me, Zhao Mian controlled Zhang Yuqiang's soul and obtained the body of Yinglong. Yinglong is also a king-like existence, and his appearance is bound to cause a sensation. These dragons fly very fast, but there are so many of them that I can't lose them. However, the area of this island is very huge, and the terrain on it is also very harsh. There are some places I can only pass through the Nine Eyes Heaven realm. I don't know how long I walked, but a big mountain suddenly appeared in front of me. There are countless caves on the mountain. Looking at them, they are densely packed like a honeycomb. Moreover, the cave is just big enough for a demonic dragon to pass through. Is this a dragon cave? I came to the bottom of the mountain. There was no mountain road at all and it was very steep. My eyes were on a place more than 10 meters away from me. There is a protrusion on the mountain there. I can just reach it through the Nine Eyes Heaven realm, and then use this protrusion as a springboard, and then I can enter the cave. Just as I said, I cast Nine Eyes Heavenly Domain, and then disappeared instantly. When I reappeared, I was already on the protruding boulder. I looked up and saw a cave 10 meters above and to my right. I used Nine Eyes Heaven realm again and teleported towards the cave. In the blink of an eye, I arrived at the entrance of the cave. It was dark inside and nothing could be seen. I walked in without any hesitation. The cave was very large, echoing with the dull sound of my footsteps. It was so dark that I couldn't see what was around me. I could only grope my way forward in the darkness, and I didn't know how long I had been walking before a bright light suddenly appeared in front of me. I quickened my pace and took a closer look. It turned out to be a piece of ore emitting blue light. I raised my eyes and looked straight ahead. There were many luminous minerals on the road ahead. This gave me the confidence to move forward in the dark environment. I walked straight forward with the help of the light emitted by the minerals. I walked for about 4 minutes when a dazzling light suddenly appeared in front of my eyes. That's the end of the cave. I quickly ran towards the end of the cave, and the sound of rapid footsteps spread far in the empty cave. Fortunately, no demonic dragon passed through the cave at this time. If it did, it would be troublesome. I came to the end of the cave, and the sight in front of me shocked me. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanba. Chapter 1133. There is a huge abyss in front of you, and you can't see the edge at a glance. In addition, the entire abyss is lined with strange rocks, various strange-shaped plants grow on the cliffs, and various luminous minerals make the entire abyss colorful. Countless demonic dragons are entrenched in various caves. Some demon dragons fly and soar in the abyss. This is actually where the demon dragon lives. In other words, all the demon dragons in the entire Sky Coffin live in this place. I hid in the corner and looked around, trying to find Zhao Mian, but after searching around, I couldn't find him. Zhao Mian is much more powerful than Zhang Yuqiang, although Zhang Yuqiang is equally ruthless and scheming. However, Zhao Mian was absolutely suppressed in front of Zhang Yuqiang. And, for me, he is also a very powerful enemy. After I saw clearly the situation here, I chose to leave the dragon cave temporarily. If I were discovered by these demonic dragons, I would probably be torn to pieces on the spot. I carefully exited the dragon cave and stood on a high place. I looked around, trying to see clearly the direction of Feng Shui here. Now I am a headless fly because I can't find Zhao Mian. From the height I am at, I cannot see the entire Dragon Island. After much hesitation, I chose to climb to the top of Dragon Cave. Because the mountain range where the Dragon Cave is located is the highest on the entire Dragon Island. Once I reach the top, I can clearly see the specific situation of the entire Dragon Island, including analyzing the feng shui here, and then finding a way to solve it. I looked up at the height of the mountain range where Dragon Cave is located. This sight made me instantly confused. This mountain range is at least close to 10,000 meters high. It will probably take a lot of time and experience to successfully climb to the top. However, there is no other way but to do this right now. I borrowed the power of the Nine Eyes heavenly domain to start climbing up. Time passed by, and I don't know how long it took. I finally climbed halfway up the mountain. Yes, it's halfway up the mountain. This mountain is much more difficult to climb than I thought. However, this height can already see the feng shui direction of half of Dragon Island. Looking around, half of Dragon Island looks like a giant dragon lying on the sea. However, all I could see was the dragon's head and the front half of its body. But based on this alone, I can tell that the overall mountain trend of the Dragon Island in front of me is a dragon vein. The power of its dragon veins even exceeds that of Kunlun, the ancestor of all dragons. If this kind of feng shui trend were placed in the outside world, it would definitely exist from ancient times to the present. The whole of China will be able to stand erect in the world forever. Etc. I seem to have discovered something. There is a section of the mountain that is very similar to the Kunlun Mountains. It is like a smaller version of the Kunlun Mountains. Not only Kunlun Mountain, I also saw the shadow of other dragon veins here. Kinling Dragon Vein, Chenbai Mountain Dragon Vein, Bamang Mountain. Even many disappeared dragon veins are reflected on this Dragon Island. If you ask me how I know about the disappeared dragon vein, it is naturally Yuan Tiangong's memory. You must know that there are extremely many ancient dragon veins. However, there is one person who has cut off all the dragon veins in the world, and that is Lu Bowen. Zhu Yuanzhang asked the famous Lu Bowen to search for the dragon veins in the world and cut them off in order to protect the Ming dynasty for thousands of years. Lu Bowen had to accept this order. He was ordered to find the dragon veins and cut them off. However, as a feng shui master, Lu Bowen naturally did not want to burden himself with many evil obstacles, so he let a few dragon veins go. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1134. Lu Bowen is also a legendary person. Tuabei 2 written by Yuan Tiangang and Li Chunfeng, and Song of Xiaobing written by Lu Bowen. Whether it is Yuan Tiangang or Lu Bowen, they are both leaders in the ancient feng shui world. Even now, many feng shui masters regard these two as their ancestors. Lu Bowen cut off the dragon vein because Zhu Yuanzhang dreamed that the real dragon emperor was born, so he was worried that his foundation would be robbed, so he asked Lu Bowen to find the dragon vein and destroy it. Why did Lu Bowen have to kill the dragon vein? Apart from his own strength, there is another very important reason, that is, Lu Bowen has a unique skill, which is the art of killing dragons. The art of slaying dragons does not refer to slaying real dragons, but slaying dragon veins. And those feng shui dragon veins that Lu Bowen chopped off actually appeared in the sky coffin. This forced me to combine the two. Is it possible that Lu Bowen is like Yunziazi? The demon dragon was imprisoned here? But why would he do this? I was puzzled, so I looked at the top of the mountain, adjusted my mentality, and continued to climb up using the power of the Nine Eyes heavenly domain. During the climb, I was careful for fear of accidentally falling. If it fell, I'm afraid I would die on the spot. No matter how superb your feng shui or Taoist skills are, you will still be insignificant in front of nature. Soon, half an hour passed. I successfully reached the top of the mountain. The top of the mountain is very vast and the terrain is very flat, as if someone took a sword and flattened the entire mountain top. My sight was attracted by a stone tablet not far away. I quickened my pace and walked towards the stone monument. The stone tablet is extremely smooth and was erected here artificially. There is only one line on it. Only when Ziwei comes to this world can he know how to slay the dragon. Only by cutting off the dragon's veins can he break the deadlock. This sentence is already very obvious. If you want to break the current deadlock, you must learn the art of slaying the dragon and cut off all the dragon veins here before you can leave here. It seems that the feng shui here was indeed created by Lu Bowen. This surprised me a little. How did Lu Bowen move the severed dragon vein here? I suddenly thought of my trip to Bamang Mountain. The purpose of Zhang Yuchang's aggressive attack on Bamang Mountain was the dragon's energy from the dragon's veins. Once the dragon's veins and dragon energy are exhausted, the dragon's veins will die. However, dragon energy can be absorbed. Is it possible? Lu Bowen's dragon slaying technique is to cut off the dragon energy in the dragon's veins, then absorb it, and then release the dragon energy here? After thinking about it, this is the only possibility. At the top of the mountain, I found that I still couldn't clearly see the feng shui direction of the entire dragon island. Because this dragon island is simply too big to be imagined. However, every mountain range has a dragon vein. No wonder these demonic dragons can live here. But, is there any way to learn the art of slaying a dragon? I read the words on the stone tablet carefully and repeatedly. A bold idea emerged in my mind. Is it possible that I need to inject the purple energy in my body into the stone tablet? Then you can know the method of slaying a dragon? Thinking of this, I decided to give it a try. I don't know what to do now anyway. I took a deep breath, placed my hand gently on the stone tablet, and then circulated the Ziwei Qi in my body. The lavender mist spread from my palm and converged towards the stone tablet. At first, there was no change in the stone tablet, but after a while, the stone tablet burst out with a dazzling golden light. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1135. I was overjoyed. It really worked. The golden light became brighter and brighter, filling my eyes directly. When the golden light dissipated, I was actually in a white space. I had entered a similar world before when I obtained the secret of heaven. This world is actually the same as the underworld in that it is an existence supported by Qi. An old man with white hair stood in front of me. However, I couldn't see his face clearly. You finally came. I was slightly startled and asked tentatively, "Are you Lu Bowen?" The old man replied slowly, "That's right." I was shocked. It turned out to be Lu Bowen. Before Lu Bowen could speak, I asked all the doubts in my heart. Putting the dragon slaying technique aside for now, I just want to find out the truth of the matter. An expert like Lu Bowen might not know anything if he didn't ask questions first. When Lu Bowen heard what I said, he started laughing. "Okay. Okay. Okay." He said 3 good words in a row, and then continued, "Then I will tell you the truth now." He first told me why he cut the dragon's veins. The reason is exactly the same as the rumors. Killing the dragon vein is to protect the Ming dynasty. However, Lu Bowen had a selfish intention. He did cut off the dragon's veins, but retained the dragon's energy. When I heard this, I felt a little confused and asked, "Why did you keep the dragon veins and transfer them to the sky coffin?" Lu Bowen replied, "This is all for you. The dragon energy of these 99 dragon veins will play a great role in your future and is the key to your entire layout." The key to layout. Now I can be sure that Lu Bowen and I have the same goal. That is to change the order of this world. Then how should I use the dragon energy of the 99 dragon veins? Lu Bowen laughed and said, "You will know about this in the future. Now you only need to learn my dragon slaying technique, gather the dragon energy into your body, and then seal it. It will naturally work at the critical moment." I hesitated and asked, "Then can I use this power?" "Of course, seal it. The seal is just to retain the dragon energy and prevent it from dissipating." And, you are Ziwei's body and Ziwei's destiny. No one in this world can obtain the dragon energy of these 99 dragon veins. I think back then, I also spent a lot of effort to get these 99 dragon veins. The dragon veins are preserved. I feel happy if I can successfully seal these 99 dragon energies within my body. Then when I encounter danger, I will unlock the seal, and my strength will be greatly improved. I will teach you the art of slaying dragons now. With your qualifications, you should master it quickly. As soon as he finished speaking, Lu Bowen stretched out his index finger and gently touched the center of my eyebrows. The next moment, the method of performing the dragon slaying technique appeared in my mind. Lu Bowen stood with his hands behind his back and said to me, "I have completed my mission. You need to walk alone in the future." I quickly asked, "What is my relationship with you?" Lu Bowen laughed, stretched out his hand, and lightly crossed his face. The next moment, the fog lingering on Lu Bowen's face slowly dissipated. When I saw Lu Bowen's appearance, I was stunned on the spot. Lu Bowen has a childlike face and fair hair, but his appearance is very similar to mine. Is it possible? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1136. Seeing my surprised look, Lu Bowen smiled and said, "Don't be surprised. I think you have encountered this kind of thing more than once." His words convinced me that Lu Bowen was my reincarnation. How could I not be surprised? Yuan Tiangang, Lu Bowen, Yun Ziazi. This Feng Shui master is actually my reincarnation. I asked the doubts in my mind. Who am I? In other words, why are you my reincarnation? No, what is the situation that led to this situation? Lu Bowen stretched out his hand, stroked his white beard, and said, "It seems that you have many doubts about this, so I will answer it for you." I felt a little excited. Lu Bowen spoke slowly and replied, "Whether it is me or others related to you, in the final analysis, it is the result of your experience in the world. Each of us has a different life. But there is a common goal. Among your many reincarnations, only a very few existences can reach my level, and the key layout requires people like us to complete it. To put it simply, it is to use reincarnation to lay out the plan. Only when you descend to Earth in person can you end all of this." It dawned on me. Lu Bowen said to me, "I knew you would come a long time ago, so I have been waiting for you here. There is another very important thing about the woman beside you. She is in trouble. Only you can help her get through it. Only you are qualified to help her. However, you will lose everything by helping her. However, this is your choice." I know that the woman Lu Bowen is referring to is Su Tianxian. I didn't say anything. I could already guess a little bit about Su Tianxuan's disaster, which was the Tianqi inheritance. Lu Bowen stood with his hands behind his back and said to me, "Okay, one last word for you. Mountains and flowing water will eventually converge into streams, and the same is true in life." Lu Bowen's figure gradually disappeared, and the white world in front of him was also collapsing. After a while, I opened my eyes and returned to the stone monument again. Mountains and flowing water will eventually converge into streams, and the same is true in life. What does this sentence mean? I looked around and found that not much had changed. I took a deep breath. No matter what, I would finish the 99 dragon veins as soon as possible. I sat cross-legged and muttered words, feeling the flow of dragon energy around me. I stretched out my index finger, and golden light flickered on my fingertips. I began to draw quickly, and a map glowing with golden light came into my eyes. If you look carefully, you will see that the golden map in front of you is the topographic map of Dragon Island. It's just a smaller version. The map in front of me is called Dragon Map. Only people with Zyway destiny can draw it. Feel the flow of dragon energy around you through your own five senses, thereby materializing the dragon veins. I summoned Jingxiao, took another deep breath, and swung my sword down towards the mountain range. The next moment, the entire dragon island began to tremble violently. The mountain range on the dragon map broke directly. At the same time, in a certain direction of Dragon Island, a beam of golden light shot straight into the sky, and the golden mist began to gather towards my body. Immediately afterwards, I swung my sword again, and a dragon vein was cut off by me again. Then came the second, third, fourth. Just when I was concentrating on cutting the dragon's veins, the entire dragon island suddenly resounded with a deafening dragon roar. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1137. I screamed in my heart that it was not good. Those demonic dragons found me. I looked at the dragon picture suspended in front of me. I only cut off 1/3 of the dragon veins on it. It will take more than 10 minutes to cut off the remaining 2/3. Lu Bowen spent a lot of time cutting the dragon veins. Because dragon veins are distributed all over the world. In ancient times, transportation was inconvenient, and looking for dragons and mountains required a lot of time. However, now Lu Bowen gathered the 99 chopped dragon veins here. It has brought me great convenience. In just a few seconds, a giant black dragon soared into the sky. Roar! The black demonic dragon roared towards me, my face condensed, and I quickly used Nine Eyes' heavenly domain. Tianyu appeared and enveloped me, and the black dragon slammed into the barrier of Tianyu. Boom! The powerful sound made the world tremble. I looked at the black dragon circling outside with an extremely serious expression. I can't put down what I'm doing now and deal with these demonic dragons. However, if I want to successfully cut off the 99 dragon veins, I must fight these demonic dragons. Just as I was thinking, one demonic dragon after another rose into the sky and flew straight towards the Nine Eyes Heaven realm. There are more demon dragons in the sky coffin than in the cracks in the sky. I'm afraid, I won't be able to sustain it for long with the Nine Heavens realm alone. Thinking of this, I took a deep breath and took a step forward. A yin-yang bagua array emerged from under my feet. The pattern of yin and yang Pisces appeared in the magic circle. I knead the formula with both hands and mutter something in my mouth. Two black dragons, one black and one white, slowly appeared from the magic circle, and then shot straight into the sky. If I want to successfully cut off the dragon veins, I must use means to stop these blue dragons. Among my many trump cards, the yin-yang double dragon formation is the best choice. But this is not enough. I called out the heavenly secret book with the golden light killing and slashing array printed on it. I picked up the sword technique with one hand, pointed it at the golden light to kill, and then shouted loudly. The magic circle was opened, covering the entire mountain top, and two golden magic circles suddenly appeared in the sky and on the ground. The two magic formations echoed each other, the golden light turned into swords, and the sword energy was everywhere. Countless demon dragons rushed towards me, but they were isolated by the magic circle. The golden light killing slash was a magic circle given to me by Yunziazi. The power it exudes is huge. With the protection of the yin and yang double dragon diagram and the golden light killing and killing array, I feel much more at ease. I did not summon the yin soldiers, because, in my opinion, it is still very difficult for the yin soldiers to deal with the demon dragon. This is also intended to cause unnecessary damage. I continued to slash the dragon's veins with my sword, turning a deaf ear to what was happening around me. Every time I land a sword, one of the dragon veins on Dragon Island is cut off by me. The surging dragon energy penetrated into my body. The dragon energy of the dragon vein is very powerful, and I can clearly feel the changes in my body. At this moment, I also knew why Lu Bowen wanted me to seal the dragon energy. Because I cannot bear the dragon energy of the 99 dragon veins. If it is not sealed, I will definitely explode and die. In the blink of an eye, I cut off 49 of the 99 dragon veins. This is already halfway through. I raised my eyes and glanced at my surroundings. Countless demon dragons are trapped in the magic circle and cannot extricate themselves. However, I felt that I was a little weak, and the speed of swinging the sword weakened a bit every time. At this time, the yin and yang double dragon diagram was broken through by those demonic dragons, and now only the golden light killing and killing is left to support it. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1138. Suddenly, a colorful light emerged from between my eyebrows. Colorful butterfly appeared in front of me. She looked at me with her face raised, her pretty face full of seriousness. She turned to me and said, "Leave it to me." I nodded. Cai Dai kneaded the secret with both hands, and the whole body emitted dazzling colorful light, wrapping it like a cocoon. The next moment, the cocoon burst open, and the colorful butterfly transformed into an adult form and appeared in front of me. Her colorful gradient hair hangs straight down to her feet, and a pair of colorful transparent wings appear on her back, like a fairy in a flower, smart, graceful, and beautiful. Kadi has long been able to become an adult, but she has always wanted to live in this world as a child. Only in her adult form can she unleash her full strength. She doesn't want to grow up, which I think is directly related to her character. She waved her colorful wings and soared straight into the sky. I controlled the 9 heavens domain to create a gap for her. Kadi clasped her hands together and muttered something. Then she spread her hands and countless colorful butterflies flew out of her palms. There are so many colorful butterflies that they cover the sky and the sun, making the night colorful. The colorful butterfly lives in my body, so when I entered the sky coffin, she also came in with me. She is the only one who can help me in the sky coffin. I saw that with the help of Cai Dai, I continued to cut the dragon's veins. Time passed by 1 second, and the sound of fighting between colorful butterflies and demonic dragons came to my ears. In the final analysis, these demonic dragons are not real dragons, but demons. There is a big gap between the demon dragon and the real dragon, otherwise they would not be able to find a way to jump over the dragon gate. Actually, I'm not too worried about Cai Dai's safety. Because Cai Dai is the holy goo of Miao territory. He has lived for thousands of years and his methods are endless. Not only can she travel through dreams and put people into drowsiness, but she also possesses extremely powerful toxins, so it should be easy to stop these demonic dragons. I cut off 71 of the 99 dragon veins. I felt a steady stream of power gathering into my body. My body feels hot and I feel dizzy. I can't go on like this. I sat cross-legged on the ground and began to seal the dragon energy from the 71 dragon veins in my body. If I continue to cut the dragon veins, I'm afraid I will explode and die. Lu Bowen has already told me how to seal dragon energy. Seal these dragon chi evenly on the 12 meridians of the human body, so that my body can be nourished by the dragon chi. In this way, my body will also change subtly. When I want to use the dragon energy, I can unlock one of the meridians, so that I won't end up releasing all the dragon energy. After sealing the 71 dragon veins, I raised my eyebrows and glanced at the colorful butterflies in the sky. Cai Dai's face was pale, her figure was illusory, and she looked like she was exhausted. Even so, she was still struggling to hold on. I am so anxious, I must cut off the 99 dragon veins as soon as possible. I swung my sword towards the dragon map, and a dragon vein was cut off by me. Just when I cut off 90 dragon veins, the colorful butterfly fell heavily on the 9 eyes heaven realm. My heart trembled, and I quickly moved the colorful butterfly in front of me. I held Cai Dai, and her body was slowly getting smaller. She opened her eyes weakly and said to me, "I can only help you so much. Wait, after you get out, you have to buy me some delicious food. Seeing her like this makes me heartbroken. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Sky Coffin. Author, Ching Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1139. Okay, after we get out, I'll sell you whatever you want to eat. Cai Dai was very weak, but after hearing these words, her eyes suddenly lit up. Then I still want a mobile phone. I couldn't help but smile. How old is this girl, and she still thinks about these things? I quickly agreed. Okay. The corners of Cai Dai's mouth raised with great effort, revealing a smile, which turned into a wisp of colorful mist and penetrated into the center of my eyebrows. I slowly stood up and looked around, and a familiar figure came into my eyes. Zhao Mian walked towards me slowly, with a joking smile on his face. Lu Su, I didn't expect you to move so fast. You absorbed 90 of the 99 dragon veins. This really makes me envious. I already knew that Zhao Mian was coming, but I didn't expect that he would come so quickly. I looked at the only 9 dragon veins left in the dragon diagram, and my expression became extremely serious. There were only 9 dragon veins left. As long as these 9 dragon veins are cut off, my mission will be completed. I ignored him, raised the Jingxiao in my hand, and slashed towards a dragon vein. Just when the sky was about to fall, the 9 heavens suddenly trembled violently, and my sword fell in vain. I turned around suddenly and saw Zhao Mian punching the barrier of Juyan Tianyu. The powerful force caused cracks to appear in the barrier of the 9 Eyes Heaven realm. Zhao Mian raised an evil smile at the corner of his mouth, raised his fist again, and hit the barrier of the 9 Eyes Heaven realm again. Boom! The 9 Eyes Heaven realm was directly shattered by Zhao Mian. I looked shocked. Zhao Mian's strength would be so terrifying. But he and I are one, and the power of the 9 Eyes Heavenly domain does not pose much of a threat to him. The 9 Eyes Heaven realm was shattered, and the golden light killing slash was also defeated by Zhao Mian. In just one face-to-face meeting, Zhao Mian destroyed my 2 killer moves. I held Jingxiao in my hand and looked at Zhao Mian coldly. It was a bit unrealistic to cut off the remaining 9 dragon veins now. Zhao Mian must be defeated and returned to my destiny palace. Only then can I continue to accomplish what I want to accomplish. Come on, let me see how strong you are now. I didn't want to talk nonsense with Zhao Mian, so I disappeared instantly, and when I reappeared, I was already in front of him. I raised my hand with Jingxiao and aimed a sword at him. What I didn't expect was that Zhao Mian actually raised his arm to resist. When Jingxiao slashed at his arm, golden scales appeared on his arm. Dragon scales. With a clang, Jingxiao struck the dragon scales, making a crisp sound. Zhao Mian raised the corners of his mouth, and punched me in the chest with his other hand. Seeing that I had no choice but to use the pure lotus seal. White holy light gathered in front of me. I heard a bang, and Zhao Mian's punch was so powerful that it knocked me upside down. I looked at Zhao Mian seriously. Zhao Mian occupies Zhang Yuchang's soul, and also possesses the body of Yinglong. To defeat him is as difficult as climbing to the sky. Zhao Mian stood on his arms, looked at me jokingly, and said, "I'm going to show you what absolute suppression means today." He slowly raised his hand, and around the top of the mountain, countless demonic dragons rose into the sky and headed straight towards Zhao Mian. These demonic dragons surrounded Zhao Mian. Each demonic dragon was mighty and domineering, looking at me with only vicious and malicious eyes. Countless yin dragons covered the sky and the sun, and the dragons' roars resounded throughout the world. All the demon dragons in the sky coffin, all obey Zhao Mian's orders. Sky Coffin. Author, Ching Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1140. Looking at the demonic dragons in the sky, my heart froze. I can deal with 2 or 3 demonic dragons, but against so many, it is indeed difficult. Zhang Yuchain's true form is Zhujian, the king among dragons. Not to mention having the body of a dragon. It's easy to command these demonic dragons. Wait, I seem to have overlooked something. Isn't it just to scare these demonic dragons? It seems I can do it too. I already have a rough plan in mind. I held the sword in one hand and looked at Zhao Mian without saying anything. I just took a deep breath and unlocked 2 of the 12 meridians. In an instant, dragon energy soared into the sky. I feel that this is not enough, so I release the purple energy in my body again. The vast dragon energy burst out from me overwhelmingly, sweeping across the entire dragon island. The demonic dragon behind Zhao Mian stopped moving, and a hint of fear flashed in his eyes when he looked at me. However, the vicious and malicious look in their eyes far outweighed the fear. I spoke slowly and said sternly, "If you stand back, you will live. If you go forward, you will die." Just by unlocking 2 meridians, I feel that my strength has not only improved by a little bit. It seems that I can perform that move. Zhao Mian saw the fearful look on the demonic dragon behind him and turned around and shouted, "Think about it, who has sealed you here for tens of millions of years? If you kill him today, you can successfully leave here." These words were like a shot of cardiotonic that quickly dissipated the fear in the demon dragon's eyes. They let out dragon roars that resounded throughout the world, roaring towards me. The resentment towards me in the hearts of these dragons goes beyond fear. The same was true for the previous coffin worlds. Whether it was evil Buddhas, monsters, or evil ways, they all came to kill me with the determination to die. It is obviously unrealistic to use dragon energy to achieve a shocking effect. I knead the formula with both hands and mutter something in my mouth. Deluo Tiank, Ziwei Star Palace, is located at the height of the North Pole, right above the middle of the sky. What I am reciting is Ziwei Emperor Xingzu Baobao, also known as Ziwei Gao. Star-Lord refers to Ziwei Arctic Emperor. Emperor Ziwei controls thousands of stars, so he is called the Star-Lord. Reciting this treasure edict can gain the protection of Emperor Ziwei and attract visions from heaven and earth. This is a kind of speech that follows the law. I already have the ability to speak and speak, but I am not strong enough to use it as I wish. However, now with the blessing of dragon energy, it should be a piece of cake to perform any kind of magic. I recited Ziwei Gao by heart. Grand Master of Wangxiang, ruler of all heavens. Great compassion and great wish, great sage and great mercy. Leader of Wangxiang cult, Wuji Yuan Huang. In the night sky, there are many stars, and every star exudes dazzling light. A figure slowly appeared from the void. The man was dressed like an emperor and looked very noble and majestic. When Zhao Mian saw this scene, his expression changed slightly, and the demonic dragons also stopped moving, their eyes filled with fear. But after fear comes madness. Seeing the expressions in the eyes of these demonic dragons, I knew that I could only kill them completely. Zhongtian Ziwei, the great Arctic Emperor. Destroy. There are stars in the sky, and the stars are real, like sharp swords falling from the sky. The starlight sword penetrated straight through the body of the demonic dragon. In an instant, blood splattered everywhere and dyed the sky red. This is in the sky coffin, and there are not so many taboos. If it were in the human world, mobilizing the power of the stars would definitely be restricted. There may even be backlash. However, Tiankov is its own world, so there is no need to worry about these.